Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This isn't the subject of today's video, but the Stax SRX 9000s are here, as well as my new Blue Hawaii SE amp, and I got a chance to, for the first time, hear them since the Florida audio show, where that's where I heard them briefly and was so wowed I decided to place an order. And 3MA Audio also decided to become a dealer for both. Unfortunately, they did get into Blue Hawaii SE amps, but they already sold. The Stax SRX 9000 are 9-month backlog. They were given this pair for 30 days they can use as a demo, but they've already sold out of all the Blue Hawaii, so they can't even play it at the store right now. So I took it home and I'm going to be able to do a review for you guys, but then this won't even be there that long. Special headphone, but I'll leave that for a separate review and video. But speaking of the 3MA guys, those that are in the membership section already know about this because those guys are in the membership section. And just to give you a little more information on the membership section, not only do you subscribe and then once you join, become a paying member, you get access to videos that I don't put in the public, but you also get access to a WhatsApp group, which includes myself, but also members like 3MA Audio guys, Steve McCormick, a lot of experience. And then fellow members are in there too that have quite a bit of experience in great systems too. You can have any level of experience, to join and leverage that, but it's a perk that they knew about this Magico tour that I wasn't able to do. If you recall, I was going in June and July. I went to the Long Beach show, the Northern California Gentleman, the $1 Million System near San Diego. I went to Seattle. I went to Austin, New Orleans, Vegas, Los Angeles. It just went on and on. But a conflict I had was with the 3MA guys going to Magico because they just started to carry Magico speakers. And one of my friends actually bought Magicos. They're still on order, but he's also got Estelon Forzas, NBL Extremes, and the new Rockport Orions. So that's one guy's going to own all of those models. It's going to be a great video comparing those. But in any case, 3MA, as a good dealership should, decide to do a tour of Magico, learn more about it so that they could do a better job selling the product since they're a new dealer. And I wasn't able to attend, but they put together this nice video that I'm going to attach at the end of this so that you can see a little bit what the members got to see in real time. And also another perk for members, I'm going to put in the description. Sometimes companies approach me that want to send me stuff to review, but I just don't have time or not interested. Or in one case, a turntable light that I don't have a turntable. So I put it up for offer to any of the members in the WhatsApp group, and one of the members who actually owns Linkwitz speakers that I really like, and I got to meet him in Long Beach. So he's a great guy, and he took up the offer to review this turntable light, created his own YouTube channel, and has a video. I'm going to link that as well. So today you're going to get a little bit of what you see in the WhatsApp group. Luis and Johnny from 3MA Audio and their video of the Magico, and then also in the description, a link of one of my members doing a review of a cool turntable light. All right, guys, without further ado, enjoy.
All right, everyone, we got some exciting news for our 3MA Audio customers, and we are currently in San Francisco, California. We are on our way to Magico Audio to get some training on Magico speakers and also be able to see their listening room with M9s. That's going to be very exciting. We are soon to have our demo speakers at the store for all of our customers to be able to come down and listen. We're going to have a pair of Magico M3s and a pair of Magico A5s available for audition coming soon. So we are expecting to be able to discuss probably later on a lot more about the technologies that go into these speakers. And again, we're very excited to be able to carry this brand. So I'll be shooting up some footage about factory and the history. So thank you. All right, so this is the Magico listening room. You're looking at the M9s, and not just the speakers, equally as important the room. The room is just really amazing. And I don't know if you could hear from my voice, but it is engineered to perfection to minimize any room influence in the sound. So We're about to listen to this. It's gonna be very special. So what are we seeing here?
So this is the Ultimate 3, and this was a 5-way horn speaker system, and incredible performance. It's since been discontinued, but we did manufacture many pairs. They were all around the world. Yeah, this was our effort to make a boxless loudspeaker. No enclosure.
Wow, look at the size. I mean, it's hard to grasp the sheer size of this thing if you're not seeing it in person, but trust me, this is really stunning. The entire factory, I mean, just the CNC machining on the machine shop, the quality control. I mean, a lot of pharmaceutical companies don't have the quality control that these guys have, so we're buying quality. All right, Peter, what are we looking at here?
So this is our museum at the factory, and this is the Q1, now discontinued, but phenomenal 2-way mini monitor. At the time it was using a beryllium dome tweeter with carbon 7-inch mid-bass driver, all machined aluminum. The Q series had the tension rods running from the front baffle to the rear to tension the enclosure and engage constrained layer dampening to minimize and reduce resonance from the enclosure. Beside the Q1, we have the Q5. This was a 4-way design, including the Q7 to its right, which is also a bigger brother in the Q series. This was the Q7 Mark II, and it's also a 4-way design. Incredible performance. Over to the right here, we have the M5. These products, we were using laminated birch enclosures with aluminum front baffle and rear spine. The V3, V2, and the famous Mini 2, which really put Magico on the map.
So this is what really got Magico to be the company that it is today.
Well, it was a starting point. And the company's grown by leaps and bounds, and the trajectory of success for Magico has been very steep. And that's all for good reasons. This is the M rack without the shelves, but we do get involved in rack systems that are phenomenal. Again, employing constrained layer damping. Each shelf weighs about 85 pounds. You don't see them on this skeleton frame. We have cable management, and we have a central grounding pin. So components and the shelves can be grounded to a central point in the system, again to eliminate noise.
Many awards.
Many awards. We don't have enough room on the walls for the awards that we have. Always exciting and very appreciated to get recognized by all the great magazines and reviewers out there. This is the M Project, and this was the genesis of the diamond-coated beryllium dome tweeter with the carbon graphene 6-inch mid-range driver. This was a very special project, hence the name, the M Project, and we made 50 pairs, and without anyone hearing them, they were sold and embraced by fans of Magico, and again, it really was the genesis of this new tweeter and mid-range driver using carbon with graphene, and that trickled down into the S series. We've got the S1 original with the S1 Mark II, and the jump here was the addition of the diamond-coated beryllium dome tweeter with the carbon graphene 7-inch mid-bass.
What does the diamond coating do to the already stiff beryllium tweeter?
So it allows us to use, the diamond is a chemical vaporization deposit that gets dusted onto a thinner membrane of beryllium. So the two materials make one extremely stiff but optimized stiffness to weight ratio in a tweeter.
So it looks a little bit darker than the just traditional beryllium tweeter.
Correct. It's got
So
a little
here you
more
have it side by
shine
side.
to it.
Right.
Same thing holds true on the carbon graphene.
Oh yes, that's true. It
See,
does.
there's a bit more shine to it.
Right. Very nice.
So this is the S3 original and then the S3 Mark II. This is an S5 original and this is a shell of the S5 Mark II.
Look at the construction, the attention to detail. I mean, this is really amazing. All aluminum construction. This is the S series. This is which one? The S3?
This is the S5 Mark II.
S5.
And then beside it we have the S7.
And look at the S7. My God.
Yeah.
Look at the thickness of that
So all
inner
this
baffle.
all this machining gets done at the factory, with the exception of these side panel extrusions. And so
Copper.
we're using a copper ring gasket.
No cost spared.
So that's our museum. All right, here we're at Magico Factory in Hayward, California. And we have this is a technology table. We have a few items here just to go over with Luis from 3MA Audio. Let's start off with the Magico pod devices. This is the Magico Q pod. It's designed to sit underneath the chassis of a component. And it's designed with the well-documented science of constrained layer damping. So there's multiple layers of machined aluminum, copper substrate with stainless steel bottom. And what this device does, like all pod devices, this is an M pod, all pod devices are designed to accept energy from the top or bottom and dissipate mechanical resonance and convert it to heat through a copper substrate. You can see this dissected here. This is an M pod. This comes as a footer system for all the M series, the M2, M3, M6, and M9. But you can see the copper, which people know that copper heats up very quickly. So when it's energized with resonance, transferring through this EAR thermoplastic material, it converts to heat and gets rid of mechanical resonance while maintaining a perfect coupling for the speaker to the floor. Okay, so perfect coupling, but also a substrate structure that allows to dissipate heat and get rid of resonant noise. At Magico, we design all of our own transducers. We have a few select pieces to talk about here. This is the 5-inch dedicated mid-range driver that's used in the A5. It's highly compliant. The driver cone material is made of honeycomb sandwich aluminum with a graphene layer on top and behind the cone. A huge motor system, as you can see.
The graphene layer is for what purpose?
The graphene is a stiffening agent for the cone material itself. So we can actually use two materials, the main material being the honeycomb sandwich aluminum, and the graphene stiffens it. So it can be a very thin but very, very stiff cone. And graphene is a carbon, and it's 100 times stronger than the strongest steel. So it's
Wow.
incredibly stiff and strong, and that helps stiffen the actual cone. This is a base driver out of the M6, again using carbon with graphene. You can see the motor system on this driver is massive, has a massive voice coil. Got a long throw to the voice coil assembly. And this is a driver from the new M9. And you can see, again, purpose-built, incredibly stiff basket. The cone material, again, is similar to the material in the A5 mid-range.
This is a 15-inch?
This is a 15-inch, correct. And as I mentioned, we designed everything from the ground up at Magico, including the crossover networks. This is the crossover out of an A5.
A5.
Yes. This is
custom built components
correct.
for the A5 series.
Right. So, designed by Magico, manufactured by Mundorf, fully tested and shipped here from Germany. And this two-story assembly is the crossover for an M3.
Wow.
Every driver gets a dedicated wire run to each driver. Massive coils, ribbon coils, oil caps. Magico, we came up with a term for our crossover designs. They're called elliptical symmetry. So the gap between each divide is very, very narrow between each transducer, with the goal of having extremely linear response over a wide bandwidth of information. When dealers visit the factory, they go through the machine shop. We have 6 Haas CNC machines, and we do this level of work with pure aircraft grade aluminum. This is T6 6061 aircraft grade aluminum. And this is a prototype of the M9 front panel that holds the mid-range and the tweeter. And all this machining is done at the factory. The great thing about being an engineering company and manufacturing, if we have any new ideas on designs, we can put it into the computer system, do an AutoCAD, and then run it right to production as a finished product.
So not off the shelf, everything is designed or made here in California. I mean, it's really the technology that goes into these products is just like nothing else out there.
Well, that's very true, and we're very proud of that. So the finished result is incredible, and we take the time to make it really a bespoke product where we're designing everything from the ground up. Closure designs, all aluminum or incorporating carbon.
And when have you guys seen a voice coil that big on a bass driver? It's just incredible. Incredible. Motor structure, just the basket, everything is put so much detail. Look at the wire going to the voice coil. I mean, it's just, you really get what you're paying for when you're buying this product.
That is true.
Even with the feet and the footers, and there's literally copper in between these, so you know, and able to isolate any influences. So
yeah, what the M-Pods or Q-Pod, any Magico pod device does is it lowers the noise floor. It takes mechanical resonance away from the component or from the speaker enclosure. So you, by lowering noise, will realize much more micro, macro signal dynamics in the musical soundstage.
excellent. Well, thank you so much, Peter, for all of this.
You're welcome.
Please let us know if you have any questions. Feel free to email us. You can comment below. We'll be watching to see if we can answer any questions. Any questions we cannot answer, we will be happy to forward to Magico. Thank you guys for watching.